very competitive race, but a good one for the Germans, as it was actually in the men's K2 for the Germans as well. They're in the medals in both these Olympic categories. Well, we'll head up to the start of the 1,000 meters for the C2 men 1,000 now. This event no longer Olympic. It was, of course, but it will be the 500 meters event that will appear in Paris. But appearing here, we have a full final in the men's C2 1,000 meters to look forward to. We've got Japan, Poland, Canada, in fact 2 Japanese crews, Germany, Korea, Czech Republic, Ukraine, and a second Polish crew. So it was the Cubans who were the Olympic champions in a really exciting race and in Tokyo. We're not going to see them here in this particular race. The Chinese in silver and Germans took the bronze. We've got Japanese crew of Aoto Yabu and Takanori Tome in 1. We have Adrian Kloss and Grasian Michalak from Poland in 2. Craig Spence and Brett Himmelman from Canada go in 3. Ryo Naganuma, Shohei Hosumi from Japan will be in 4. Paddlers just taking the time just to approach the start at the 1,000 meter mark, where it looks pretty calm up there, I'm pleased to say. Then we'll see Brendel and Hecker. So Brendel and Hecker, bronze medalists at the Olympic Games. Brendel, of course, got a few Olympic medals to his name, including gold and a bronze. So expect them to go well, particularly in the latter part of the race. Korean crew of Yeol Kim and Kangmin Lee. They're in lane 6. Antonin Hrabal and Yuri Zalubil from the Czech Republic go in 7. Viktor Shverudjuk and Andriy Zakharov from Ukraine are in 8. And then we'll see Dominik Nowacki and Lukasz Witkowski from Poland going in 9.
Good to see 2 crews from Japan and a Korean team in this C2000. And I think this gives you an example of the importance of having non-Olympic events at World Cups. Traditional crew teams that might not be as strong in a certain event, it gives them an opportunity to put themselves into an A final, whereas it might not be, yes, it might not be as competitive, but they still go through the process of being an A final, go through that tension and pressure of being an A final and racing for medals. So it is a great opportunity, as we can see with Korea and 2 Japanese crews, to be in an A final and race for those medals and develop those crews in a high performance arena.
Yeah, no matter what you do in training, you just can't replicate this, can you? Top level international competition.
Particularly for the Japanese, who will be lining up next to one of the greatest, in Sebastian Brendel. They'll be ecstatic to be in that lane right next to him.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They'll hope to hang on to his coattails. So the final of the men's C2 1,000 meters. A lot expected from Brendel and Hecker, who've been in good form over the last 2 weekends. And they're in the white boat in the middle of your screen. They get away to a really good start, as do the Danish crew. And there's a huge figure of Sebastian Brendel. Been around for so long now. Remember him just obliterating the opposition in the European Championships on his home water in Brandenburg back in 2014. Fantastic Olympic performances in 2016 and 2012. And of course in Tokyo last year. And he's still keen for more.
Good start by the Germans. You can see the aggressive nature of the stroke. They want to get out and dictate the terms of the race, make these crews chase them.
So they want to just take this by the scruff of the neck. They've got the early lead. The Czechs actually in lane 7. It's the Czechs that are going well. 2 lanes down from the Germans. It could well be that, sadly for the Japanese crew in lane 4 and the Koreans in lane 6, they get affected by the wash that's coming off that German crew. And although it can be an advantage if you're able to sit on it, it's not an easy thing to do.
That Czech crew, just looking at the close-up there, they look really clean, really smooth there. With the Germans are strong, they're really burying that blade, really squeezing hard. But whereas you compare it to those Czechs, it looks a little bit more effortless for those Czechs. So, not being a seabait professional in such, I would hazard to guess that these Czechs could be quite competitive through this middle section of the 1,000.
Well, they do look very relaxed, don't they? And you know, we've seen that with Czechs in the past. Technically very, very good. Martin Fuchs being an example. And way back when, Martin Doctor, of course, being a great exponent of technique in this very, very difficult and technical event. Germans still leading the way, though. That strength, the power they put into the stroke, and the experience, of course, of being in this position, all counting in their favour. They've been here before. They know what it's like to be put under pressure in the final quarter. This will be a really important section of the race to see whether or not they can get clear water ahead of the rest. Canadians, well, they've had a good regatta, a good day today for Canada, particularly in the women's canoe boat classes, picking up a number of medals there. But they're giving themselves a really good chance, if not of the gold, certainly of one of the minor medals.
Certainly lining up to be a tight race for that silver and bronze. Just see who's done that as efficiently as they can through that middle section is going to really make up that difference here.
Yeah, Germans are maintaining their stroke, though. They're maintaining their form, aren't they? They've kept it there. Now, maybe we've got lane 9, the Polish crew. Nowacki and Witkowski just beginning to pick it up now in lane 9. They're in picture. We'll see when the drone pans out just a little bit more so we can see that far left-hand side. The Germans perhaps done enough.
Germans kicked into gear again. That rate's gone up. Showing their strength right now, really spreading out. That's an impressive push.
Look at that, they're digging deep, aren't they? They know they want the 500-metre event. They know that's going to be the Olympic one, but this is where they're so good. They've just moved through into another gear. Sheer determination to bludgeon this race into submission by the Germans. That is a long way ahead of the rest of the field. The Poles, and it looked like the Canadians did pick up the bronze medal there.
Germans very happy with that performance. Very happy. As much as it is a non-Olympic event, it's always really good to be coming across that line, winning that event, because they are competitive events, these non-Olympic events, and it is really good for you just to see where you are in terms of what your training's done and what your performances are at.
Well, they are certainly in a good place right now, the Germans, aren't they? They'll be absolutely delighted with that, getting so far ahead of the rest of the field. The Germans, these two, disappointed. 4th place in the 500-metre event, but an absolute country mile between them and the rest of the field. You can time that gap with a calendar. Now you can see Paul just looking across there at the Canadians to take that bronze medal. Also perhaps indicative of the difference between 1,000-metre racing and 500-metre racing. Yes, it's the same energy system, but Germans dominating so much that event and yet still not quite there on the podium in the shorter 500-metre event. So the tall figure of Sebastian Brendel, he's found a great matchup with his partner Tim Hecker, and they will come to the pontoon now and have a quick chat with Ross.
Oh, Sebastian and Tim, it really looked like you wanted to make a statement today.
Yeah, we wanted to make something upright. So the 500 meters weren't that much good. we didn't did that what we wanted to, and so we wanted to win the 1,000 in an appropriate way. So yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting close with the 500? Is it starting to get into place for you?
We have to improve some things and have to work on it until the next month to the World Championship. But we have a solid base. We show over 1,000 meter, and we try to make this race also over 500.
Yeah. It's not only competitive in the world, but it's also competitive in Germany as well, isn't it, for all the canoe boats?
Yeah, it is competitive, but we managed to get the first boat in the trial, so we're happy with that. But we have to improve something about the 500.
Well, you certainly look strong today in the 1,000. Congratulations, well done. See you in Halifax.
Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.
So German crew, Hecker and Brendel, have secured their position in German selection. Not an easy job to do. They've secured their position on the top of the podium. Also in the 1,000 meter event, they're ahead of the Poles and the Canadians, the fast finishing Canadians, picking up the bronze medal there. So good result for the Germans, but as they've said, a little bit of work to do on the Olympic distance, the new Olympic distance of 500 meters.